This is the House of Hockey podcast,
where we talk about the game and the lifestyle.
We've got opinions as hockey fans, friends, and from the female perspective.
Welcome to our house. Welcome to the House of Hockey podcast, episode 162. I'm one of your hosts, Breezy.
And I'm your other host, Rae.
How are we feeling today? A little bit better?
Yeah, I think finally you and I are both at home and focused, and the October craziness has settled, and we can really give our attention to the sport we love.
Yeah, I was actually able to watch a few games this week, non-recorded, so that was a plus. Because we all know what happens when I hit record on games. They usually don't record.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I'm glad you've had more time to do that. I have had fun keeping up with everything happening in the league. Of course, the big headlines being Oilers fans freaking out currently.
Yeah. Did you know I was driving up the street 2 days ago to go to dinner, and there was an Oilers license plate. I was like, Snowbird, obviously, but I was like, I bet you're probably real mad right now.
Yeah, probably real mad you got that on your license plate.
Yikes. That's commitment right there.
Yeah. I think the best highlight I've seen, or headline rather, is that we were talking about how the Sharks were 0-10-1.
Yeah.
And we were like, who's going to give them their first win? That's going to totally suck. And it was the Oilers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Didn't think, and I don't think anybody thought that would happen. I'm also just really glad it wasn't the Blackhawks who gave the Sharks their first win of the season. It just really goes to show what's happening in Edmonton is they put in a new defensive system, and I think they're having a really difficult time with it.
Yeah,
obviously, that's clearly what's happening, and it's not working, but the organization made a decision to switch to zone coverage, and they never really did a traditional man-to-man, but this zone coverage is proving to be not the greatest move. And how long do you stick with this? And yes, it's early in the season still, but after how many games, and what are we doing at practice? Why isn't this working? When do we make the decision to do something else?
Yeah, and you got to be getting pushback from the guys too, because they're obviously not enjoying it. They're not having fun. You got to win to have fun. And I'd like to be in the locker room, actually. I want to know what's going on in there.
Yeah. Well, and McDavid was hurt for a little bit too, so that doesn't help. Obviously, every press conference with your boy Leon Draisaitl, who
the best,
zero fucks in those interviews.
Dude, that guy has the best interview record. I could watch interviews of him all day long.
You feel about Draisaitl how I feel about Tortorella. I could watch every one of those press conferences and just laugh and fully enjoy it.
Yeah. And then he gets me all hyphy, and I'm like, yeah, why would you say something like that? What is he supposed to do about it?
Yeah, I gotta be honest, when you listen to some of those questions from some of those reporters,
ridiculous. Looney Tunes.
The way you're phrasing this, and I don't know what you're thinking. Why are you asking it that way? There's so many different ways to get an answer out of somebody that's not what do you think you could have done better, Leon, in the game?
I don't know.
I'm sure. Yeah. It's got
what do you think I could have done better? What do you want me to say?
Right. Slash the coach told me I have to play this way. So what do you want? I don't have the answer.
Score more goals. And then you have UC Saros in the background. No goals.
No goals.
Have you seen that? No goals. No goals. So funny.
Yeah, you have a stat in here. We're not a stats pod, but let's read that stat about Connor.
Connor McDavid, under a point per game in this season since his rookie season. And a couple days ago, I did see a stat that said out of 10 games played, he has 1 even strength goal, 4 even strength points, and he's sitting at a -4. Yikes.
It's not good.
That's not good. That's not good. And I think he's like tied for like worst in the NHL right now or something like that. Like, I don't know. I saw something. I was like, I don't even know if that's true, so I'm not going to say anything. And then I said something. So
It's okay.
I probably shouldn't have said that. That's fine.
I mean, we're not a facts-based.
No.
This is not, we're not
Clearly.
trying to be totally facts-based. Like, I mean, we get facts and we say most of them when we can and when we know that they're a fact. But
yeah.
Can you just imagine all the people who are who praise Connor McDavid? Like, what are they saying right now? What is the Oiler fan culture like when their star player, except for his rookie year, he's like totally fallen off the deep end? So is the whole team, though. It's not just Connor.
Well, his rookie year, he was out for like however long.
What are the fans saying about this? Are they so over it? Are they they're probably demanding that the coach get fired, when it didn't really seem like that was the coach's decision to change the defensive play style, the way that this is written. It was an organizational decision. So, I mean, everybody knows the coach is always the first to go. Is it time? No. Would I be giving them like a couple more games to get it together? Yeah. And then I would be demanding change, and I would be demanding that Connor say something as a leader of the team, and Leon go to the organization and be like, this isn't working, we're not happy, we need to fix this. But also, like, they're sitting pretty and getting paid lots of money, / Connor McDavid wants to win a Stanley Cup, and so does Leon. So it's all of those factors.
All the factors. All I know is Connor better not turn his driveway heaters on if he's still playing this bad, because everyone's going to start going to his house and being just pissed over that.
Yeah. Okay, after doing the whole episode, Breezy and I were catching up on our lives, and we got a breaking news alert that Oilers head coach Jay Woodcroft has been fired. Like we said at the beginning of the episode, probably shouldn't be the person who got fired. Just saying, the organization as a whole made this decision. But of course, we know the coaches are the first to go. The person who comes in, are they going to have to play the same defensive system that the organization has deemed? Or are they going to be told to do whatever they want? If that's the case, Woodcroft should have been able to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Clearly, that seems like that's not what's happening in oil country. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a little dicey.
I
don't know. I really don't know. That guy gives me the creeps. The coach gives me the creeps. Just his face. I'm just like, and the way he like talks and like smiles, he gives me the creeps. I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy. I know this is how.
I mean, it's not his fault, but like, I don't know.
Trouble for Oiler fans. I smell or spell TROUBLE.
I think it's smell.
Yeah, because then he spells it.
It's smell. I don't know. Now you're confusing me.
I don't know.
Oh God, too much. There's too much.
TROUBLE. Sorry, Oilers fans. Best of luck to you. Cheers.
Yeah. Exactly.
They get this much more grace from me if I was an Oilers fan.
Wow, you're giving someone some grace. That's not the Blackhawks.
Breezy, it's this little. That's not even like an eighth of an inch or 1/16 of an inch.
Yeah, but at least you're giving something.
Listen,
I wouldn't give a millimeter of an inch. That's smaller than an eighth of an inch, right? I don't know. Math doesn't math. Math doesn't math for me.
No facts here.
No facts. Math doesn't math for me, but I wouldn't, if that's smaller, I wouldn't even give that to the Knights or the Ducks. Okay.
Would you give that to your Kings, who haven't won a game at home yet? Have they won a game at home?
I think they won one game at home.
But they're struggling at home.
They struggle at home. They're good at on the road. I was listening last night, and they're like, they should just wear their road jerseys at home.
So we're going to blame the jerseys, and we're
We're
not
gonna
going to
blame the
blame that
jersey
locker room
superstitions at this point.
dance. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's none of that. That's not it at all.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. No, never. Why would it be that?
So you're not giving them a millimeter
I
of
give them
hope?
a lot more than that.
Oh, like a half an inch
Yeah, I think they're deserving of a half an inch.
of hope to win
Of
more
hope?
games at home?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're at
Good.
home. They got to start getting it together. I'm sure that it's gonna all fall into place.
You know, it could be your fault because you haven't gone to a home game yet, Breezy, because you don't live there anymore.
Don't even start with me. Don't even get me down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
We don't need that kind of energy in our life right now.
I'm just saying you might need to make a trip home. Like
This
to your
is-
old home.
This is the first time I'm not saying that I am a jinx, and then now you're gonna throw this at me, and now you're gonna think that I am the problem?
Yeah.
I thought we were friends.
We are. I'm just being a little honest.
That now I'm jinxing by not being there, but then when I am there, I am a jinx.
No, you're not.
That is debatable.
You think you're a jinx when you're there. I think maybe the jinxiness has switched and you might need to make an appearance to really show your support, unless you don't really support them anymore.
I do, but it's just like, I just feel like it's a very far drive.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's
true.
okay. I'm gonna go home. My old home. This is my home now. I'm gonna go to my old home soon. Probably go to a game this season.
I think you should.
I will.
What are your plans to go to a game this season?
I have zero plans to go to anything this season. It would just be when it happens. I mean, I want to go, but I don't have like anything like set in stone.
I feel as if you need to revise that plan.
Okay, I can do that.
You live really close to Vegas. I know the
I
tickets are
do.
expensive, like
I
more
do.
expensive than a Kings game.
I think I'm 3 hours from Phoenix, so
You should. I would love to have a full game report from you from Mullet Arena, and really,
and I can go visit Raya because Raya is there, and I can go stay with her. So then I got a free place to stay.
See,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to require an update from you by the end of this month on plans to attend a game.
I just love deadlines. My favorite.
You know, I gotta just guide you along. It's just a guideline. It's just
a guideline. Just I better have an answer because if I don't have an answer, you're gonna expect me to give you an answer, regardless.
Just keep giving you shit about it.
You're very good at doing that in a very fun way.
Okay, good. I mean, I try.
You try.
I try to make it fun and not so. What's really being said in my head comes out in a very nice way instead of what's actually in my head. I have to work really hard at that sometimes.
Oh God.
Not you, not like it's not a you thing.
Okay.
It's like a Rachel thing.
In general. In general thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Ray thing. Mm-hmm. I am waiting to purchase tickets because I need to check out my work schedule in February. But the Blackhawks are going to be at MSG, and that is something I really, really, really want to try to make happen this season for me. So I have to wait, though, because I don't know the dates of this potential work trip, and so it'll depend on whether or not I can attend that game.
How far is MSG from you? Like New York?
6 hours if there's no traffic driving.
So you would drive that?
Yeah, I drive into New York all the time when I have work stuff.
That's just.
I stay with my Sarah.
Yeah,
you have your Sarah. I have my Sarah. I stay with my Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah with an H.
Yep.
And you're like, no, her last name doesn't start with an H. Never gonna let you live that one down.
No. But talk to me about the Vancouver Canucks doing well.
That came out of nowhere. I was like, huh? The
Mm-hmm.
Canucks? They're doing well. So they're second in the division. Let me pull this up again. Second in the division. They're standing at 21 points as of today, which is Sunday. So they're 4 points behind Vegas and 2 points above the Kings. And the Kings have been doing well, and obviously Vegas is doing well. So I'm like, Quinn Hughes, are you the secret sauce to the Vancouver Canucks? Because you see how happy he is, like on the ice, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean he's a good captain at this point. I mean he's kind of turning this team around and building up the morale. And I mean it's not only him, obviously, but is Quinn Hughes the secret sauce? Is he the what do they call it? Superior Hugh brother?
Oh, he could be. Is he's the only one with a captain, right?
He's
Jack
the only
is
one that's a
not.
captain.
Jack's not a captain, right?
No, he's got the A. And Luke is just a rookie, but
Right. Luke's got time.
Luke's got a lot of time.
I mean, I think he might be the secret sauce.
He could be the secret sauce. We love secret sauces.
We sure do.
We love secret sauces.
We love secret sauces happening in Detroit of all places as well. Red
And
Wings.
Detroit. Okay, this is making me so happy. I pulled up the stats and I was like, dang, I love how teams go from being trash for like many years to then like doing really well, because then you're going to see a lot of like essentially there should be a lot of new teams in the playoffs essentially, right?
Yes.
But to be able to kind of shift focus and like lose track of like all the highlights of maybe like the Penguins, or
Mm-hmm.
I'm even looking down here. I mean the Preds are real bad, but like the Oilers and the Flames, like
Yeah.
you have all these teams that are like shifting downward, and then you have like the Canucks and the Red Wings shifting up. It's like now you can kind of switch focus and see, highlight some players on that team and like see what they're doing and what they've done to switch it up. And also like you learn about like the fans, you get to hear more about the team and the atmosphere. So that's what I like about it. So the secret sauce in both of those cities is saucing.
It
It's
is.
saucing.
Yeah.
And I'm
Stevie
excited. So now I
Y.
want to pay more attention to them.
Yeah, you got Stevie Y at the helm of Detroit working his magic over the last few
Yeah.
seasons and seeing some results finally. I also am, as a glass half empty kind of gal, it's still way too early in the season to put any sort of, I would not be super excited yet if I was fans with them, but also I haven't been watching the games, so I can't really, their games to be able
Yeah.
to say whether or not they have legs to get through the season. But I do love when we start to see some of these other teams make an appearance and get to
Yeah.
watch what they're
It's exciting.
doing and what's working there, you know.
It's so exciting.
The other exciting fact thing that I found, again, we're not facts, but here's facts today, guys.
Yeah.
Pavel Buchnevich and
There you
Braden
go.
Shen became just the third combo in St. Louis Blues history to record a hat trick in the same game.
Dang.
The last time that happened was in 1986. That's insane.
That's legit. That's cool.
That is very cool. Bravo to them. They're probably my hunks of the week. I'm going with 2 because I just think that is such a cool thing to accomplish. It's hard enough to get 1 hat trick, let alone 2 in a game with the same player, which I just think is really cool.
That is really cool.
And how about our boy Hank?
Henrik Lundqvist inducted
Not
into
Henrik.
not Henrik into the Hockey Hall of Fame as of Monday night. That's exciting. I was like, I thought he already got inducted, but like he was selected, and then it's his actual ceremony that happened Monday night, because this episode's going to come out on Tuesday. So he was in the league for 15 seasons and was selected in his first year of eligibility. He's 6th in the NHL history in wins at 459, 9th in games 887, and 17th in shutouts with 64. Obviously, well deserved to get put in there. But yeah, it's kind of like this is what's happening this week, and I was like, whoa.
Whoa. I believe, though, he never won a Stanley Cup, though.
He did not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's hard. However, he for sure, I mean, being inducted into the Hall of Fame without having a Stanley Cup, I think says just as much about your ability to play and the incredible career you've had.
He's got quite the career, so I think he's got a lot to be proud of, and now he's doing the after effects of TNT, right? He's on TNT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know, but like, would he touch the Stanley Cup now that he's been retired? Like, do you touch the Stanley Cup once you retire? Like, because it's not bad juju anymore, right?
I guess so.
You can.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably could. I don't know. I think he's rather superstitious now.
Yeah, I think he is.
I mean,
but I feel like he should be able to touch it.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't know
if the Rangers win the cup.
For sure.
They would have to pull him on the ice so he can hoist it. For sure.
100%. 100%.
Not like if like the Red Wings win it, because that just would be pointless. But
yeah, if the Rangers won it, for sure, he should touch the cup. Oh, we've got women's hockey to talk about.
We sure do. We sure do.
The Rivalry Series is back.
Yeah. That was
it'll be over, right, by the time this airs, or no?
It might. I'm not sure. I should have looked that up.
The marketing. There we go. Those are the words. The marketing for this is so bad that I couldn't.
I didn't even know what was happening until Hillary Knight posted that she was at Crypto.com Arena, and I was like, again? And then I was like, well, okay, what's happening now? So then I looked it up. But yeah, Rivalry Series, Team USA versus Team Canada took place at Crypto.com Arena last night, which would have been Saturday night. Team USA won 5-2. When I was there, Team Canada won. But that's cool. Actually, no, they played during the day because they played before the Kings played last night. Yes. Yeah.
So I believe it goes through February. So thanks to teamusa.usahockey.com for that. They are playing in December in Canada. They go to Canada in December and February, and then they end in Minnesota, St. Paul. Is the final game of the series in February, which that's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
That would be a cool trip. Again, if I could actually make that happen. Like, go see the women in Minnesota. I've never been to Minnesota nor to a Wild game, which, by the way, sorry, sidebar, the Wild acquired Bogosian.
Zach Bogosian.
All of a sudden, like, it was just like, all of a sudden I see a picture of him in a Wild uniform with him next to Patty. And I'm like, in Foligno, I'm like, do you think they have enough defenders there? Like, do you think they have enough muscle and fight and grit? I think they're good. I think they're good.
They're going to be a tough team for sure. Physically.
I don't know about that. I feel like they're good. Like, they were good with Foligno. Did you need more than that?
Yeah, why not?
You need more than one enforcer? Like, real old-time enforcer? I don't know.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay.
That's fun.
Not sold.
Well, better start buying because it's cool.
All right. Okay, back to the women.
So the U.S. is dominating the series, and it's kind of cool because they have a super young roster that still includes 10 college players, and Canada's roster features 2 that are still in college. So 10 college players on Team USA versus 2 on Team Canada. That is huge.
Huge.
So sick, too. So sick.
Yeah. Seeing the women's hockey like growing, this sport and the talent growing on the women's side in the US especially is very exciting because it happens way more in Canada, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's even more
Wild.
exciting things happening is that
Hmm.
there has been the first female black player to appear in a game for the US women's national hockey team. Her name is Layla Edwards. She is a Wisconsin sophomore, and I think this is also a huge win for our sport.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Women's hockey just coming on in hot.
Tune in. You can watch the all of the women's rivalry games are on the NHL network. I realize that's challenging for some people who do not have cable still. However, I think where is it on in Canada? I think it's on TSN in Canada is what I think is where it's playing. Of course, the Canadians give it the ESPN treatment, but that's okay. We've got them on the NHL network, and I would love to see a little more support from the NHL promoting it, but that's okay. I will take it. This is good stuff. Social media highlights from this girl. Islanders, New York Islanders, bring in the heat. Their ceremonial puck drop at their military appreciation night presented by Ford, was dropped by pararescuemen from the 103rd Rescue Squadron of the 106th Rescue Wing stationed in West Hampton Beach, dropped from the rafters on like Mission Impossible style.
That's cool.
Like, and they had GoPros on, and you could see their point of view, like, not repelling,
Wow.
I don't know, whatever it is,
Impressive.
coming down the ceiling onto the ice. I think that was so cool and such a great way to honor our military members and really seeing what they do, like getting a small glimpse into what some of them have to do
Yeah.
in an arena and showcasing them that way. I just thought it was the most badass thing ever.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
And then the other thing that I love, and I want to know what you would do. Okay, so Tony D'Angelo of the Carolina Hurricanes did not like it when Austin Watson of the Tampa Bay Lightning crossed the red line during warm-up. Like, he skated over the line and was like taunting him, and there was words exchanged. I was like, I love this. I live for this. Like, getting
I
heated.
love Austin Watson. I
Yeah.
love that guy. Yeah. And he's been through so much. He's been through like a sobriety thing with his wife, and like the two of them have like overcome a lot of things. He obviously was taken out of the league for a little bit for domestic violence that had all of this. There was a lot that was to it. But to see someone grow like he has, and he's such a good hockey player, like he's an asset to the team, even for being like the tough fighting guy, and like his smile with the no teeth. Uh, and he's just that little guy that, well, he's not a little guy, he's a big guy that just will do what it takes just to get under your skin. And I just love that guy. I love that guy. I'm glad he crossed the red line. That's
Yeah.
funny. That's funny to me.
It's funny. I agree. I think it's a great way to really get it going, like get the people going, man,
Yeah.
and get the excitement started before the game. I would
Especially with
rather,
the Canes Lightning game.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, that's a good one.
I think I appreciate that kind of activity more so than what Paul Bissonnette calls the tummy sticks, where
Uh-huh.
like players of former teams meet at the line and they're like, "Hey man, how's it going? It's so great to see you." And like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't really want to see that. I don't know.
No,
I
you don't
don't want
want
to see
friends on
that.
the ice. That's for after the game.
Yeah,
Make it
yeah,
like a, oh god, this game's gonna be good because they're already getting at each other.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
more fun. I'm
Yeah.
glad we're in agreement with that.
Yeah, finally.
Okay. Finally something. Well, I already said my
Still mad at you for certain things, but that's fine.
my hunks of the week. Buchnevich and Shen of the St. Louis Blues for their duo hat trick.
Duo hat trick. I'm going to go good old Henrik Lundqvist. I think he's had an incredible career, and I'm just going to celebrate him while I can, because who doesn't want to celebrate good old Hanky boy?
If they do, if they don't, they got to go.
They got problems.
They got to go. Lastly, we forgot to, I don't think we said this last time. Maybe we did, and I'll just take it out if we did. Our merch store on Etsy is on pause right now. We're having some challenges with Etsy for unknown reasons. So we're working on a solution to get the merch up and going. So please bear with us on that. And Breezy updated our website, though, our regular website.
Mm-hmm.
It's sure badass. Did. Please go check it out, houseofhockeypod.com. It's also in the show notes, the link. So go check it out. Tell us what you think. And that's what I got.
Anything else?
Bye. No.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Until next week. See you later. Toodaloo.
Oh my God. All I think of when you say that is, does he say that in The Hangover? Toodaloo, motherfuckers.
I think so.
Is that what he says?
I think so.
That's funny. I think he says something like that, but that's all I hear. And then I just see him. That's a great series of movies. Anyway.
Yeah. And you.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers. Is that okay to say?
Yes, it's okay to say.
Thanks for coming over to our House of Hockey podcast and hanging out with us. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. And in the meantime, you can follow us on social media. Just look for House of Hockey podcast. We'll be back next week.